Hello, my name is Andrew and we live in number 26. The other day Ray asked Wendy if I was going to do a little message for Christmas and New Year, and I actually wasn't, but because he asked, here is one. I want to make a couple of suggestions for us from the story of Christmas. We read that Magi came from the east to Jerusalem to Herod's palace, asking, "Where is he who is born to be king? We have seen his star in the east and have come to worship him." Magi means wise men, and one of the least wise things these wise men did was go to the palace of Herod. Herod was a real mixed bag. On the one hand, he was a genius. Did you know that he saved the Olympic Games and actually shaped them into their modern form? And he was the best builder that Palestine ever had. You can see his buildings all over the place, not least the Western Wall in Jerusalem, the magnificent amphitheater at Caesarea, and the fascinating fortress and palace at Masada in the Dead Sea Valley. But he was an evil genius. He was hated by his people. He was brutal. He was so paranoid about someone taking his place that he had his own son put to death. So the wise men were very unwise to go to him. He was hardly going to welcome the news that someone was born to be king. And it made me think that perhaps we should be careful of being too much involved in the things of Herod. By that I mean spending too much time thinking and pondering on the negatives that are around us, the things that discourage us, that bring us down, that take away our joy, that take away our energy. And there are so many of them. We all have them in our personal lives. We certainly have plenty in our public life. Potholes, power cuts, corruption in government. But my first suggestion is that in the coming year, we try to spend less time focusing on that, spend less conversations pulling down the government, because it doesn't do any good and it only pulls us down. And so they made this unwise decision to go to Herod, but something good came out of it. They learned from his wise men that the Messiah was to be born in Bethlehem, and so they left the palace. And then we read, they looked up and saw the star, and they rejoiced with exceeding great joy. And that brings me to my second suggestion for us for next year, that instead of looking at the things of Herod, we spend more time looking at the star, looking at God, putting our faith in him, trusting him for our future. And when they did, the star then moved ahead before them and came and stood over Bethlehem, over the place where the young child was. And they went into the house and saw Mary and the child, and they worshipped him. That's also not a bad resolution for the year. And so I'm confident that as we take our eyes off Herod and put them on the star, on God, he will lead us to the place he wants us to be. So a happy Christmas from Wendy and me, and everything of the best for the new year.
A couple came to Bethlehem.